this video, I'm going to be sharing with you the law of attraction technique for manifesting while you sleep. I'm going to build upon an idea that I've shared before that maybe you've even heard before from other people, but this is one of the most powerful ideas that I've applied in my own life. It's something I've been doing for about the past 3 weeks now, and it has totally changed my life. I want to share with you exactly how to do that. Welcome back to another video. My name is Aaron and I help people expand their consciousness. Now in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you that law of attraction technique that you can apply right as you're going to bed at night that I think is totally a game changer. Now for me, this is something that originally I was merging a couple ideas together because I was reading this book that is called the HeartMath Solution, which is all about the HeartMath Institute, which is an institute in California that deals with teaching the power of the heart, teaching the electromagnetic energy of the heart, and how when we begin to tap into that, it expands our energy field out, and how that is so much more powerful than that simply of the head. Now, I was reading this, I've actually read it about 6 to 8 months ago maybe. I got the book and I read that and I just started coming back to it a couple weeks ago, and I started to merge that with understanding the book I recommend it a lot. It's called The Feeling is the Secret. The Feeling is the Secret is by Neville Goddard. It's a book that is about how when you go to bed at night, if you feel the emotions of what you want to experience, you will start to influence your subconscious mind in a very powerful way. And then from there, you're going to be able to really condition yourself and manifest what you want more rapidly than ever. Now that's something that I have talked about quite a bit on the channel because it is literally one of the most powerful concepts I've come across when it comes to law of attraction techniques. Now, the reason this is, just to give it kind of like a short explanation in case you haven't heard me talk about it before, it's when you wake up in the morning and when you go to bed at night, you are drifting from the more conscious states of being, the more of the alpha and the beta states of brainwave activity, into the deeper levels of brainwave activities, which is where the subconscious mind is. The subconscious mind runs most of our life experience. So when we're going from a beta to an alpha to a theta state, then to a delta state for sleep, what happens is we're then merging back with the subconscious mind. And the thing is as we start to influence ourselves as we go to bed, we influence our subconscious mind, and that influences the rest of our life. Now, the language that the subconscious mind speaks in is through the language of feeling. That's why as you go to bed at night and you're drifting for about half an hour, you start drifting more into the sleep states. That's when you influence your subconscious mind. And the powerful thing you do is you visualize what you want to experience. And doing that will help you to create more of what you want in your life. Now, this alone I found to be extremely powerful. I remember that I was doing this since before I was even a full-time YouTuber. I was working full-time at Barney's New York selling women's shoes. I was making daily videos, and I was really busy because I was either making daily videos or at work. It was like I was sleeping 6 hours a night, but as I'd go to bed every night, what I would do is imagine myself getting up the next day and doing YouTube full-time. I'd imagine myself getting up and being able to go straight into doing videos, not having to go to some job I didn't really care for. And it was about 4 months later that I ended up going full-time. It was August 2017. I knew that I could actually have gone full-time 2 or 3 months earlier, but I didn't know the potential of being online and having a YouTube channel. So nonetheless, I ended up doing it, and that helped me accelerate the process because I started to change my subconscious mind, which changed the way that I saw myself, and then from there, everything began to change. So that in of itself is powerful. However, what I've been doing the last 3 weeks that I've been seeing amazing results from, and when I say amazing results, I mean things are happening for me. Like people are reaching out to me that I never thought would reach out to me before. I mean, I knew one day that I would get to a place to where, there was, certain other either YouTubers or podcasters and stuff like that, but it's just happening so much quickly now, and I'm setting these intentions and these feelings as I'm going to bed at night, and as I see more and more reflection of it every day. So what is this technique that I'm talking about when it comes to merging these ideas together? So what you do, and what I've done that has totally changed my life, is I've been focusing more on the electromagnetic energy inside of my heart and focusing on that. Now, whatever you focus on grows, and wherever you put your focus, the awareness, wherever you put that awareness, it begins to expand within your body. So normally we're just thinking intellectually, we're visualizing from our brain, but this is the thing. Visualization is only powerful if we're able to increase the state of how we feel. So the purpose of visualization is not to get what we are visualizing. It's not that I create whatever I'm visualizing. It's because visualization in of itself gets me to a certain state of being that is then conditioning within my body the way I prefer to be. You see, I know it's a small difference, but if we change the purpose of the meditation or of the visualization itself, we start to get a much better experience with it. Because normally we're making the end of visualization, we're making it, instead of an end of itself, we're making it a means. We're saying, I'm going to visualize because visualizing gets me this. Anytime we say gets me this, we're reaffirming in the present moment that we don't already have it. Therefore, we don't already resonate with it. So the key to this is to know that visualization, first and foremost, is something we do because it feels great to do it. It conditions within our body that which we prefer to be. And as we start to more so embody the emotions we want, we know that that will eventually translate into us experiencing what we want in a powerful way, because then as we feel that on the inside, the outside will begin to reflect that. So that's the first part, because then we start to realize it's less about the intellectualness that we thought. Now this is why it's normally so important to do what you're passionate about, because when you're passionate about something, it naturally comes from your heart. When I make videos, I naturally feel great while I do it, because it's a sign to me that that's what I'm meant to be doing. When I speak in front of people, and I gave a talk not too long ago in front of people, and I enjoyed doing it. I knew that my body was telling me that's what you're meant to be doing. So in the same way, realize this is about the heart. The electromagnetic energy of the heart is thousands of times more powerful than that of the head. Now what the HeartMath Institute has shown is that there's an electromagnetic energy that goes around our body, far beyond what we think the tip of our body is. This electromagnetic energy goes in a toroidal field around, one, our head, and two, our heart. The one around our heart is much more powerful than that of the head. When we focus on our heart center, we are literally making the energy within our toroidal field more powerful. This is the missing key for so many people when it comes to manifestation. This has been at least also the missing key for me for a long time, because everything to me was intellectual. You may have seen a lot of the videos on this channel. I think they still add a ton of value. However, it's even more powerful when we start to get into our heart. And what happens is, as we walk around throughout our day, we're thinking thoughts, we're feeling emotions. Those thoughts and those emotions are going within the toroidal field of our body, and that keeps in our toroidal field for about 30 days because of the momentum of what we're thinking. However, when we change our thoughts, we start to change our momentum. And then we start to resonate with a new experience in our life. So as we're walking around in public, there's certain thoughts and emotions within our energy field that's linking up and vibrating and resonating with certain experiences. So the more we take conscious awareness, we put conscious awareness into what we're putting into our field, the more power we have. But if you want to increase your manifestation ability, what you can begin to do is to simply put the awareness into your heart more of the time. Even right now, if you like, what we can do is we can do a meditation exercise that will prove to you that if you start to feel from your heart, it will totally transform your life. We'll do a quick meditation right now that will help you to more so connect to your heart, and you can start to feel this emotion as if you're going to bed, and know that as you feel this emotion of love within your heart, you can feel this whenever you want. Anytime you remember this meditation later, you're going to connect to this part of your heart. But more so than that, you can use what you learn right now as you're going to bed later today and you're getting into bed. You can start to feel within your heart center. And as you do that, you're going to be growing the toroidal field around your body. You're going to be resonating with things that you never thought of before. Synchronicities will happen. It's an amazing experience. And it's amazing when we start to get into the toroidal field and into the heart center. So right now, let's take a deep breath in and out. And what I want you to do before we go into this exercise is think of one memory of something that happened that put you in a peak state, that made you feel amazing, that made you feel connected, that made you feel love. Maybe it was you around a certain person. Maybe it was an experience with your best friend. You guys were having a great time. and have it be a memory that you really enjoy, that you really had fun with. And it could be something where you just felt compassionate, you felt loving. Maybe it was a time when you went out with somebody else. Maybe it's a time when you were, for me, there's a time when I won an award for a debate tournament. I won first place for this debate that I competed in high school, and there was a standing ovation. And I remember being up there on stage, and it was a great feeling because it was an accomplishment of something that I set out to do. And as I remember and I look through it my own eyes, I'm able to connect to that feeling, that memory, and I condition that within my heart center. And then as I go out, I have that feeling wherever I go. And as I go to bed at night, I condition that feeling of that success, of that feeling in my heart of passion, and it influences the rest of my day. So think of one memory. It can be a light memory, it can be a big memory, whatever you want. One memory that we're going to tap into, that we're going to think of, that we're going to start to amplify and feel from. And that as we do that, it's very powerful. Now the other side of this is if you want to, instead of think of a memory, you can also think of something you want to experience in the future. So you can use your imagination. You could think of you being in the ideal house, with the ideal spouse, with doing what you love for a living, traveling the world, certain specific scenarios. Think of a specific scenario of what that would represent to you. So for example, for me, it'd be traveling the world, speaking in front of groups of people. I would see it through my own eyes. That's another important part of this before we get into it. See it through your own eyes. Not like you're watching a movie with you in it, but like you are looking through your eyes, experiencing it. And that will help. So let's go ahead and get into this. What we're going to do is take a couple deep breaths in and out. And as we do that, put the awareness into your heart center. If you need to, you can put your hands over your heart like this. And that will help you to feel the warmth inside your heart. You're going to start to bring the awareness from in the head into in the heart. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in and out right now. So as you breathe out, bring the awareness more and more into your heart center. If you want, you can bring the hands over your heart and feel the warmth over your heart. Let's take another deep breath in and out. One more time. As you breathe out, feel the energy around your body. Start to become aware of more so than just your body. Become aware of the energy field around your body and understand that your energy field goes much further beyond priorly what you thought. That you are much more beyond that which you priorly thought that you are. Now there's an electromagnetic energy that goes around your body at all times that is constantly bringing certain situations into your life based on your resonance. And that right now, as you put the attention around and in your heart, you are growing the toroidal field around your body. It is expanding, and you are starting to bring the awareness from the head and into the heart. Now understand that also what you're doing is you are starting to connect to more of the head-heart coherence. You are creating a balance between the head and the heart that will influence your whole life in a powerful way. Now just be aware of your heart center. Be aware of the warmth that you can feel in your hands and in your heart. And understand that anytime you do this, you are starting to increase the energy field around your body. And as you feel more and more into your heart, you are starting to feel more compassionate. You're starting to feel more self-love for yourself. You're starting to realize who you really are. Now what I'd like to ask you to do is invite you to close your eyes if you can, and know that you can start to relax. With every breath you take, you are relaxing more and more. With every breath you take, you are feeling more and more energy inside of your heart. Now I'd like remember either something in your past that you experienced that made you feel amazing, that made you feel in a peak state, or imagine something you want to create in your life that would make you feel amazing. Now take a deep breath in and out and think and feel that that is happening now. Now bring your awareness into your heart and into this memory or into this imagination, and pay attention to the colors that you see. What do you see as you look around? Notice how you're carrying yourself, your body language. Now imagine those colors and what you are seeing becoming much more vivid. Imagine you are going into high definition, and everything now as you look around is much more crisp, it's much more bright and vivid, and you really feel like you are there. What sounds do you notice? Imagine those sounds becoming louder and louder. What temperature is the air? Pay attention to how it feels to be where you are. Now put the awareness into your heart once again and feel this energy starting to expand. You can feel this energy spinning and buzzing within your heart. And imagine a ball of energy about the size of a softball, any color that you like, spinning within your heart center clockwise, faster and faster. And as you imagine it spinning faster and faster, you can feel the energy around your body expanding more and more. You can feel the energy inside your heart becoming warmer and warmer. This feeling in your heart is who you really are. Now what I'd like to invite you to do is that if you have any questions for your heart has the answer for you. Ask your heart, is there anything you would like me to know? And then listen for the answer. Now bring your awareness into your heart space once again into the ball of energy and imagine it spinning faster and faster, helping you to feel more inside your heart center, more warmth, more love than ever before. And know that as you go throughout your day today, everything in your life has changed. Know that as you go to bed tonight, you are going to feel the emotions of what you want to experience. You're going to feel in this energy space, and everything in your life will begin to reflect that. As you go throughout your day today, you will feel completely different. As you wake up in the morning after doing this exercise, you will feel more in alignment than you have ever been before. When you start to live with this heart coherence, this connection between your mind and your heart, everything in your life will begin to change. This is one of the biggest game changers that I've ever implemented into my life, and it's something that I think can absolutely change your life. So what I encourage you to do is to give this a go tonight as you're going to bed, and just trust that this works, because it really does. But also, the more that you focus on your heart center in general, the more you're going to be growing this energy around your body, and the more that everything will begin to change in your life. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. I created a free meditation that will help you to raise your vibrational set point, that will help you to manifest what you want faster. So if you want that, it's absolutely free. You can download that in the top of the description box. I'll also be doing more live Q&As on Instagram, so if you want to have more of a dialogue with me, more of an interaction, I'll go ahead and leave my Instagram right here so that we can connect there as well. And as always, I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, I will see you on the next vid. Peace, much love, and namaste.